Hey guys, how's it going? I finally got this box. I've been waiting forever to get this. And around Christmas time, I got a gift card from GameStop, and there really wasn't anything I wanted at the time when I went there. I ended up getting a Dune figure. And these were new Dune figures from the 2001 movie. And there's a new movie in 2023, which is this year. If you're watching this 2023, there's a new movie. It's part two of Dune, and they're probably going to make new figures. They had these for 1350. We've got Stilgar, and then I went around to all the different GameStops around the area to find the rest of these figures. And then I found Lady Jessica. And then in the next city, I found Duncan, Idaho. If I can get them all in here. So these are the characters that I could find. But the main character, Atreides, I could not find anywhere. And of course, you need all four figures. And the Build-A-Figure is Raban. He has all the parts in the four other figures that you have to buy in the box. And so you have to have all of them to be able to build him. Obviously, somebody out there, when these figures came out, they all bought Atreides either because that was the only character they really cared about, or they knew, hey, this is a Build-A-Figure, let's get the main character. But in this box underneath these three figures, I finally found Atreides. He was from a seller on Kijiji here in Canada. Kijiji's like Craigslist. So I finally got Atreides. It's in this box. You can tell that all of these other figures were in GameStop for a long time. The tops of these figures are really dusty, so you know damn well that nobody was buying these figures at one time. So let's get this thing open. This is not really a review of these figures, but what I am going to do is I'm going to open them up, take a good look at them, and we're going to build the figure. So let's take some time and do that. And there he is, finally. So Atreides had, I think, the two legs. Duncan, Idaho has the two arms. Lady Jessica had the weapons, I think, and the head. And then we had Stilgar. He had the body, the upper body, and the hips. So let's get these figures out and take a look at them, see if they're any good. So here's all four figures here, and they're all set up with all their weapons. And these are the parts here of Ray-Ban that they came with. As a fan of the older movie and the newer movie, I am super excited to have these. And here's the figures. They've got all of their weapons. This figure here, Atreides, he has an extra dagger, but he comes with three daggers, two of the same, and then one of these. But I think I'll probably give this to her. But these are all of the parts. We're going to look at the figures in detail here in a second. But what I have noticed is that Atreides and his mother here, they have the exact same body. She's female, he's a male teenager, and they have the same body, and that's unfortunate. She should have a female figure. They've obviously used a lot of the same parts. The masks are the same, the backpacks are the same here. This figure and this figure, they both have the same body. They've used pretty much all the same color palette, which is unfortunate. A couple of these figures did have several uniforms or several costumes that they wore in the movie, and it would have been really cool if they would have outfitted them with some different looks. It would have probably made each one of them pop. Unfortunately, they didn't do that. Let's get the Build-A-Figure together, and we'll take a look at everything at the same time. So one thing I've noticed about this Build-A-Figure is that the legs here up on the top don't really come together very well. It's actually a puzzled piece where it fits in there. So once you get it together, you actually don't have leg swivel at all. But you've got toe articulation, ankle articulation, double knee joints. You've got hip movement. There is an ab crunch of some sort or some kind of crunch, but you can't really see it because the top part of all of these figures, it's almost encased in some kind of rubber, which I really like. You actually don't see any cut here where the figure moves and articulates. So, and it's really soft. But I really do like this figure, other than that part of it. But he's got a lot of texture, a lot of detail. I do like the weapons. The weapons are really hard to get in all of these figures' hands, but pretty much the construction of these are pretty much the same. Because these aren't Build-A-Figures, they don't have this cut in their leg, and I don't really like that. Maybe if I heat this up a little bit, it will make that go in there a little bit. He was really hard to get together. He's really cool. Another thing that I'll say about these figures is the likenesses of their faces are pretty good. Atreides is probably the best one. The rest of the figures, they look mostly like the actors that play them in the movie. If we look at this guy here, their masks that they all have, they're pretty much the same. They are removable. You can pop their heads and remove these masks off. And there's a little hood in the back, which is hard plastic, so you really can't use it as a hood. They all come with a stand. I really like that. Every figure should always come with a stand, no matter what the figure is. I do like the detail of all of these uniforms. It's just unfortunate that they couldn't have given Atreides and Lady Jessica perhaps a different costume, because as you can see, they are exactly the same molds, just different head, and these two here. Now, this guy only came with one dagger. These are the daggers, I believe, that were made from the tooth of the sandworms. The backpack is cool, and it fits on him really well. It just kind of comes around. It doesn't really tab in together. It just kind of flops around like that and sits there. It's made out of hard plastic, so it actually wraps around the figure quite well. But for her, because it's the exact same mold, it doesn't really fit her body very well because she has a smaller body. But there is a lot of nice paint detail on all of these figures. And the fact that you get a Build-A-Figure from the set is pretty cool. I did pay extra, like I said, for Atreides, and that's fine because pretty much I've gotten 5 figures for around $100, and they look really good. So I'm really excited for the part 2 of Dune coming up soon. I'm really excited to see that movie. They've never made a part 2. If you know anything about Dune, you know it's a series of novels. So we're going to finally see part 2 of the story in film. So that's going to be really cool. So I'm really happy to get these. I hope they make more figures. I hope they don't make all the same characters over and over again for the next movie. I hope they manage to actually get new characters and in new or different color palettes of uniforms and costumes. So thanks for watching this episode of Toysbackzen. Please let me know in the comments what you think of these figures, and are you a fan of Dune like I am? Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell for new videos coming up in the future. Thanks for watching. Bye.